Ashes of the Badge, Book 2, The Circle's Edge, a Cole Jacobs thriller. Cast of characters. Detective Cole Jacobs, marked, relentless, running on truth and little else. Captain Lila Moreno, Cole's commanding officer, the last person who still backed him, or so he thought. Rourke, informant with too many scars and not enough answers. Elliot Crane, mid-level operator, dead men don't keep secrets unless they do. The Circle, not a group, not a gang, an infrastructure. Chapter 1, The Aftermath. Cole didn't return to the precinct for 3 days. When he finally did, no one greeted him. No one asked questions, but they watched. He could feel it. News of the warehouse incident had spread, unofficially, of course. A shootout, missing evidence, dead suspects with no clear connection. Cole dropped the file on his desk anyway. He wasn't here for approval. He was here for access. Chapter 2, The Quiet Ally. Captain Moreno called him in. She closed the door. "That stunt you pulled?" she said.
Cole didn't flinch. "Got results." She studied him. "You're chasing something bigger than a case." "I already found it," he said. A beat. She leaned in slightly. "Then bring it to me. Quietly." Cole nodded. For the first time in a long while, he thought he had someone on his side. Chapter 3, Follow the Money. The ledger from Crane's office opened doors. Money didn't lie. It just hid well. Cole traced shell companies, offshore transfers, false contracts, all feeding into a handful of central nodes. And one name kept appearing. Not on top, not obvious, but consistent. Moreno L. Authorized oversight clearance. Cole stared at it. "No," he muttered. There had to be another explanation. Chapter 4, Doubt. Cole didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, he watched. Subtle changes in her schedule, calls taken in private, files that never made it to official logs. Nothing definitive, but enough to shake something loose. Trust. Chapter 5, Rourke returns. Rourke met him in the same alley. "You look worse," Rourke said. "I found something," Cole replied. Rourke smirked. "Or someone." Cole didn't respond. Rourke's expression shifted. "You did." Cole exhaled. "She's in the system." Rourke nodded slowly. "They all are." Chapter 6, The Truth About the Circle. Cole had spent his career believing power flowed in straight lines. Chain of command, jurisdiction, law. But the Circle didn't follow lines. It moved in loops, invisible, self-sustaining. By the time he understood that, he was already inside it. "You're still thinking like a cop," Rourke said, sliding a glass across the table in a backroom bar that smelled like old wood and older secrets. Cole didn't touch it. "Then explain it to me like I'm not." Rourke leaned back. "The Circle isn't a gang. It's not a cartel. It's not even a hierarchy." A pause. "It's a system." Rourke pulled out a folded sheet, names and positions scribbled in tight, deliberate handwriting. "Start here," he said. Judges, city planners, financial auditors, mid-level police supervisors. Not the top, never the top. "These are the gatekeepers," Rourke explained. "They don't make decisions. They decide who gets to make them." Cole scanned the list. "These people barely register." Exactly. Chapter 7, Layers. "Then you've got influence," Rourke continued. "These are your public faces, CEOs, elected officials, department heads. They operate clean, on paper." Cole frowned. "So they're not dirty?" Rourke smirked. "They don't have to be." A beat. "They just need to know when to look the other way." "That's where your friend Crane came in," Rourke said. Cole's jaw tightened. "Logistics," he muttered. "Exactly. Movement, money, people, problems." Rourke leaned forward. "When something needs to disappear, it doesn't go through channels. It goes through them." Cole nodded slowly. "And Hale?" Rourke's expression darkened. "He got too close to this layer." Chapter 8, What no one sees. Cole tapped the page.
You're missing something.
Rourke smiled faintly. No, he said. That's the point. There was no list for the top, no names, no structure. Because the core doesn't exist in one place, Rourke said quietly. It exists wherever the system holds. Cole leaned back, processing. They control outcomes, he said slowly. Rourke nodded. Not everything, not all the time. A pause. But when something matters, he tapped the table. It goes their way. Chapter 9. The balance they claim. They justify it, Rourke added. How? They say they keep things stable, Cole scoffed. By manipulating everything? By preventing worse things, Rourke corrected. Wars between groups, economic collapses, political chaos. Cole's eyes narrowed. And who decides what's worse? Rourke didn't answer. He didn't have to. Hale wasn't just investigating them, Rourke said. He was mapping them. Cole's chest tightened. He figured out how the layers connected, Rourke continued. How decisions moved without leaving fingerprints. A beat. And once you see that, you can break it, Cole finished. Rourke nodded. Or they break you. Chapter 10. Realization. Rourke stood. You're not chasing criminals anymore, Jacobs. Cole looked up. Then what am I chasing? Rourke hesitated, then said it plainly. A system that doesn't need to exist to control everything. Cole sat alone after Rourke left. The list in front of him no longer looked like names. It looked like pressure points, weak spots, connections waiting to be pulled. But one truth settled deeper than the rest. You couldn't arrest the circle. You couldn't expose it cleanly. You could only disrupt it. And to do that, Cole would have to stop thinking like a detective and start thinking like the system he was trying to destroy. The circle didn't fear being found, it feared being understood, and Cole Jacobs was starting to understand it too well. Chapter 11. Test of Loyalty. Moreno called Cole in again. You've been digging deeper than I asked, she said. Cole held her gaze. You already know that. A pause, then, careful, she said quietly. You're getting close to something you don't understand. Cole's jaw tightened. Maybe I understand it better than you think. Their eyes locked. Something unspoken passed between them. Chapter 12. The Setup. The ambush came fast, too fast. Parking garage, 3 men, coordinated. Cole barely made it out. And as he sped away, one thought hit harder than the gunfire. They knew where he'd be. Cole returned to the precinct, checked access logs. Only one person had pulled his location file. Captain Moreno. Chapter 13. The Confrontation. Cole didn't wait. He walked straight into her office, locked the door, dropped the evidence on her desk. You sold me out. Moreno didn't react, not immediately. Then, she sighed. I protected you. Cole laughed bitterly. By sending people to kill me? You weren't supposed to die, she said calmly. You were supposed to stop, Moreno stood. You think this is black and white? She said. The circle doesn't destroy everything, it maintains balance. Cole shook his head. At what cost? At the cost of chaos, she replied. A beat. Your partner understood that. Chapter 14. Hale's Final Secret. Moreno handed him something, a sealed envelope. Hale's handwriting. Cole opened it. Inside, a message. If you're reading this, I didn't make it out. Don't trust anyone inside, not even her. Cole looked up slowly. Moreno didn't deny it. Cole made his move, not by exposing everything, by targeting the core. A coordinated strike, evidence leaks, financial disruption, forcing the circle into the open just enough to fracture it. Chapter 15. The Last Showdown. The final confrontation wasn't public. It never would be. Cole faced Moreno one last time, gun drawn. Walk away, she said. Cole shook his head. You first. A long silence, then gunfire. The circle didn't collapse, but it cracked. Enough names surfaced, enough damage done, enough fear introduced. Moreno disappeared. Not dead, not found. Epilogue. The Edge remains. Cole sat at his desk. The whispers had changed, not gone, but different. Now, they weren't sure what he knew, or how far he'd go. The story continues in Ashes of the Badge, Book 3, Break the Circle. Cole Jacobs didn't take down the circle. He did something worse. He made it bleed. If you are enjoying this trilogy and our other short stories, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.